Today, we are going to backtest Trump's first week in his presidency office and compare the results to Biden's to figure out who had the better price action. Now, we're going to calculate the net P&L and the win rate to figure out once and for all who was better. So here's the A+ entry checklist. You can pause it on the screen now. It's the same as what we did for Biden's. Here are Biden's results. We see we had 4.26% net profit with a 66% win rate all in 1 week. So that's actually very good. It's going to be pretty difficult to beat this for Trump. So we're going to see, can he do it? Let's figure it out. So we're going to do this back testing on FX Replay. I'll leave a link down below for 15% off. This is the website I do all my testing on. You can see I've done multiple hours here. So the assets, it's going to be micro NQ. And we'll also need ES for the correlation here. So micro ES. So the initial date, so we need to go to 2025, and it was on the 20th. So we'll go 1 day before. So we're going to do 20th till the 27th. So the exact same. End date doesn't really matter too much. January to the 28th, and we'll stop at 27. So let's get into it. Top T for Trump. We did top B, now top T. I'll also leave a link down below to my Telegram. It's completely free. I'm going to be doing daily bias every single day. It went pretty well last week, so we're going to keep doing it. I will upload a 2-minute video breaking down the PD arrays. So let's break this down. This is micro AES. We need NQ. Let's go to the next day. I don't know what's happened here, so let's replay. Or maybe that was news. It's 8:30. Okay, so it was news. I thought the FX Replay just messed up. So we got S&P on the right-hand side, NQ on the left. Let's first figure out where we're trying to essentially go towards. So we need to break this down on the 4-hour. We're going to mark out the 4-hour high. Then mark out the previous 4-hour low. If we sweep the high, we're going to look to sell. If you sweep the low, you're going to look to buy. Super straightforward. So we swept the low. We're also inside a big bearish fair value gap, roughly around the CE right now. In terms of bullish pressure, we got a gap here. So quite some time away. Now, the macro windows. So today, because we had 8:30 red folder news, even though it hasn't symbolized it, we can clearly tell this is red folder news. Look at ES. We can trade the 8:45 pre-market open macro. Okay. So right now we swept the high. We have also swept data high. We want to sell. So I'm going to need a displacement through a short-term low, or I'm going to need SMT. Now we're consolidating, so I need this to break higher. There we go. So we're going to need a displacement through a short-term low here. We also got AMD, so we've got a lot of reasons to look to sell. I can also take buys as well. No buys yet. Still no buys. Maybe we're not going to get any entries here. The SMT with ES. No. Okay. I like the displacement here. I will take a position if we come into this gap. That is the tool. Yeah, we'll take a position if we come to this gap. 10 points is close enough to the high here, so we should be protected. In terms of targets, we go for a 1 to 2 trade and reversals, or yeah, we'll go for a 1 to 2. We'll take partials at 0.5. Okay. So we haven't secured 0.1 just, there we go. So we secured a 0.5 here. Final TP is at the low, which we also secured. So that's the first W for the position here. It's a reversal trades. We had a breaker overlapping a fair value gap. This is A plus entry model. If you see it, perfectly fine to trade without SMT. Okay, so load this up. There we go. Let's change the year. Then time I've got to flip the whole way today. There we go. Let's fast forward. 20th of January. There we go. So what was that? 2.42. Of course, we secure partials, so it's roughly around 1.7 that we actually net in net profit. Okay, let's go to the next day. That's done. Just delete everything. We're going to go to the 4 hour here. Okay, so we inversed this bearish gap, so it's now a bullish support. Just look at support and resistance or buying and selling pressure. High is still intact, so we favor being bullish here. We can only go from what we see. We favor being bullish. There's no news, so we need to go to our session, which is 9:45. This is the main PM AM session. Okay. Very volatile. Lean inversion. I'm interested in selling here. Continuations. Okay. I have no entries to sell or buy here, but we're starting to see bullish order flow. We can start splicing through here. We can start looking to engage with price. So the sells look like they're kicking in. I am going to take a position if we can come back to 9.54. This looks incredibly volatile. Wow. Okay, so that's one loss. Basic premise of why I took that position. Maybe should have waited here realistically. Volume imbalance after being in a bearish FEG. Fairly simple. Works a lot. Maybe just under 60% of the time. So 0955. Okay, so this was reversal. This was continuations. Okay, so that one actually managed to push down. So we're going to be break even. We had a volume imbalance. Can we avoid the break even? No. Okay. So there's a new candle here. So we got entered at 0959. I can definitely tell in terms of the volatility comparing to Biden's. This is a lot more volatile. So we need a true displacement here. Wow. Would that initial trade won? It would. It would have. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the second AM here. I'm not trying to just take all our positions in that first. Okay, we're accumulating. We need to wait for this to break. Here we go. So we broke the accumulation. Any SMT to guide our decision? No. A 4-hour low. Okay, that's ES. Let's check NQ. Has been swept inside this inversion. Buying selling pressure is at the highs. Still not too interested here. The reason I don't like this is because we've got accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So it did actually work. We would have secured probably a 0-1, but I don't like that. This looks nice. So we're definitely bearish in terms of reversal. We haven't broke this consolidation, so we're not engaging. Needs to break. Here we go. And now the macro is done. Fine. There's no news today. That looks good. Let's get some better conviction with the 4-hour here. We're not just trying to fly through this. Okay. So in the CE of an inversion here, buying pressure. There. So we've got a nice clean range to look for sells here. If it wants to pull back, nah, not interested. So new 10 a.m. candle. We do want it to resweep the high now. There we go. We've reswept the highs. Need to displace above it, to be honest. Nah, not taking this. There we go. That's what we want to see. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We need that to really displace, though. Exactly like that. Not convinced. So this is still too choppy for me to look for positions here. This looks nicer to sell, but still not convinced. Let's go to the next session. If it's choppy, stay away. You'll give majority of your money back. It's not worth it. Okay. Why just back me out? Hey, but we're still up. Trump's up. This one over. That is a yes. Okay, so the 4-hour has swept the high. It's really trying to break this, but then overall we're in a gap anyway. So yeah, we want to sell. Don't mind buying either though. So I've got no S&T to sell. Yeah, we can't engage with this. Let's come back tomorrow. The PM session still per year does provide pretty good opportunities. But Trump's a little bit down bad here. Believe this. Okay. Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay. Bearish. In terms of bullish PA, we do have key level here. Swing high. So we've got a nice clean range here to look for sells and buys. Not convinced just yet to buy or sell. No, we're not taking this. Okay, we have displaced through. But now we hit a bullish gap. So still now. Now, we need to break this consolidation. There we go. Now we can engage. Right, just need a displacement through a short-term low. Or we can buy. No, there's no buys just yet. It's not even that volatile today. That's nice. Entry there. That was the entry. And I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. That was the entry. Unicorn. It's a PM. Okay, so we're definitely still bearish here. Not gonna take this though. So the check on the 4-hour. Yeah, we're still in bearishness. We can take a sell here. Min. Use 10 points. Okay, that does not look good. Really rejecting the short-term low here, so we're going to have to close break even, put the low. 14.14. My fault, Trump. That's exactly why. So we are still saving him. He is up. So 1.7, 0.7, 50% win rate. So we swept the high. We're definitely a lot more bearish here. We took equal highs as well. So let's look for some sells. That is not what I want to engage. That looked nice. That did look nice. We're not taking it. No. Go to the next macro. Tapping bullish PD rates here. There we go. Splice. I'm going to take this as an inversion here because we got AMD plus BPR. So this is not a hard stop loss, but we close if we break back beneath. So we inverse a singular gap with a volume. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to secure 0.5. Final TP is high. Oh, come on. We were close. So it hit break even, but we secured 0.5 and then it carried on higher. So a lot of shorts. So 0.5. We're up. We are up. So that was an interesting position, but we had accumulation, manipulation, distribution in a 4-hour bullish gap, which was still valid here for longs. We've even tapped another one. So we're still bullish. We can sell as well. No sells yet. Might try this though. Yeah, we'll try it. So now it's not valid. We took the short-term low, but we can still see what would have happened. Yeah, so it did, in fact, continue lower. try it. Okay, we're in. Final TP at this low. Boom. There we go. So 1403, we got entered. I'll break down the reason why now. So this was a continuation model. Continuation model. This was a reversal. So we made 1.75. We took a short. So the basic psychology here, we've seen that 4 o'clock candle opened up. That's a new 4-hour high. The low is simply so close. A lot of times through years of seeing how they move, we're going to take the low before going back higher. So we can see if that does happen. We sweep the low, then at least push higher for a bit. Okay, maybe a little bit more than a bit. But you see the basic psychology, if you're so close, makes sense to target that low. Also, we're clearly downtrending, volume imbalance in a gap. Simple. Let's go to the next day. Now we're a bit better with that win. And we're actually up. The win rate's better. High is here. No, this is the last day, 27. Right, let's make it count. Let's make it count. Bearish. So we're definitely looking to sell, but it looks a bit overextended. Continuation models make sense, pushing price higher still. We're going to try this. But it can't hit the high before it enters me. Okay, so hit the high. So this is not a trade we're taking. I'm interested to see would it still work. Interesting. I want to keep pushing. 10 a.m. has just closed. So, if you remember the psychology, we're going to want to sweep this high before we look to sell. So we're a little bit indecisive here. We rebroke the fair value gap. As the closest bearish period array. Very choppy. Leave that alone. That looked nice, displaced. But we can't trade in this consolidation. What if I took that breaker then? No, I wouldn't have took that. We can take this gap though. Yeah? No, actually, I don't like it. Now this we like. Now it's displaced lower. So we're going to trade, or at least take a position, if it comes back to here. Entry. Got a breaker here. And now we're out the macro. Of course. So 1 minute late out the macro. It would have entered us, but we've got to stay disciplined, stick to the plan. Let's go to the last session here. PM session. Looking very, very choppy. So we did sweep that high. We're definitely bearish here. Nothing. Well, that is it then. That is Trump's first week in his presidency office. The win rate was higher, so we took 6 trades. I did miss one as well, which would have boosted our win rate even higher. So we took 3 positions, or 6 trades, sorry. 2 broke even, 1 lost. Let's move it here. 3, 1. What was the net profit? So we made 1.75. So 1.75, 2.25 plus 1.7. So round that to 4. We minus 1. We can say that we made 3% with Trump. Okay, because 1's a reversal. 2 were reversals. 1's just the full win. So we made 1.7. It's 1.75 plus 5. So 3% net profit with a 75% win rate. So I don't even know who to give the winner to here, because Biden won in the overall win rate, the total net P&L, but Trump had a higher accuracy rate, and we did miss a few trades for both at least, so they should have had a few extra trades. But that is it. If you want me to do a full 1-month back test, do let me know down below that you actually enjoyed this video, and I'll keep doing more of them. We'll actually compare 1 month next time and see who was the overall winner, as this might just be in a good or bad week. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll leave a Telegram in the description below where you guys can join and get my free daily bias every single day.